probably maybe 10-15 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, depends. So I'm gonna get up here and update you guys about Winter Storm Jasper. Pretty much right now, it has not formed yet. It's still taking the place right now. So pretty much you guys can see we're gonna be looking at some models where it could possibly warm up for the bomb part of the United States and maybe even hitting a warm spike for next weeks to come. So we're gonna go back and pretty much before this video gets started, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and share this video. Our goal is 30 subscribers by the end of February. Alright guys, so you guys can see as of last night, pretty much we had a quick dusting for parts of the Virginia Beach Chesapeake area, and pretty much it did nothing. It was a small cold front, some snow on the back of it. But that's gonna be a changer for parts of the Virginia and Carolinas area. Even South Carolina, you guys are gonna get some type of effect on this weather. It won't be snows wise, it'll be more of a freeze and ice rain, which is still life threatening, and that's gonna be something that's gonna be dangerous for some people. So your guys' time is down here if you're wondering what day and time it is. So you guys can keep eye on that if you need to know your time. So you guys see, we're talking about our snow's gonna start kicking in on the east coast of Virginia, pretty much around probably 4 p.m. and it will start to snow around the Chesapeake area around probably 7 p.m. along with the Virginia Beach and Norfolk Tidewater area, Hampton Roads pretty much, and then we go down here into the Outer Banks. It could snow just depending how the water is, because water will reflect the way it snows. I know where I was living last night, it snowed, but it was like 35 degrees and really stick. And then when it got under 35 or 32 degrees, it started sticking. But it was just a quick non-dusting and just sticked on like decks, cars, and all that. That's pretty much it. So like I said, 2 to 3 degree difference can make a big difference when it comes to snow. It may not seem like it, but it can make a big difference. So you guys can see the Outer Banks is right here if you know. So pretty much this is going to be determining what's the temperature of the Outer Banks later on, depending what they get for snow. And you guys can see the we're going to be in a moderate snow for parts of Virginia and Carolinas. And you guys can see around probably good 11 p.m. we can start to see around some parts of Carolina seeing around 2.8, and as it keeps on 2.8 it's going to extend into Virginia, and as it keeps going then we can start to see around a good 4 inches for parts of Virginia. Now some of the models have been this has been a very long model run for lots of the storm. We went from 10 inches all in here to now just about maybe 3 to 5 inches. Now, I'm not saying that 5 inches is off the charts for this storm right here, because it's still very possible. It's the fact that the low has not, it's still in the process of forming right now, and it's kind of hard to track down the total. So, like I said, my best estimate is around for in the Virginia area where we're supposed to snow later on. I think you guys are going to see around 2 to 4 inches. That's my best bet. And then parts of the Carolina, you guys could see around 3 to 6 inches or 3 to 5 inches. So it just depends how the sun and if how close this line is of snow. If this low kind of like this is not where exactly the low is, but if the low like takes more like 30-40 miles out into the here I'll show you guys actually right now into actually the snow or rain mode, and we're going to zoom out. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about exactly. All right, so we go back to later on today, or as of right now, you guys will see what I mean. So all right, so this is as of right now, and you guys can see pretty much the low right here as of right now. So you guys see it's around here somewhere, not exact spot. But if this low moves back any type of way, this is still the cold front right here. Pretty much, I think actually the low is actually right here. I'm right. Keep playing this. So pretty much this low is going to form within the cold front, so it's going to be more of a low cold front coastal storm. And you guys can see that the snow is going to start getting in around probably 5 p.m. for parts of Charlotte. Um, Pretty much, let's actually zoom in to see the you guys can see we're gonna see like I said, just because you're in like Myrtle Beach, you guys are gonna see some severe ice, which is not safe. But you guys can see that Riley, Charlotte, Greensboro, Greensville, you guys are gonna start to see snow. But Greensville, you put some type of ice, and then eventually move into to some type of snow with heavy snow. But you guys can see around probably a good around probably 5 to p.m. You guys are gonna start to see that ice come down, and which I say just because you're not getting snow does not mean you're be seeing life threatening. Um, Pretty much the road's gonna be iced first of all. Power lines are more susceptible to power outages. Trees are more susceptible breaking branches off, knocking power out, or even falling on the car. Um, and then you guys see we can start to see some of this heavy start to kick in for parts of the Carolinas and Virginias, the coastal Virginia. So you guys can see this is around 8 p.m., 8, 9 p.m. So we can start to see that heavy snow start to kick in around 7 to 8 p.m. for parts of the coastal Virginia, and not some Fayetteville, Greensville, parts of Charlotte. You guys can probably hold out on the storm, and you guys can see this is around probably 12 a.m. You can see that it's still heavy snow, and then eventually moving out with the heavy snow between 4 to 5 a.m. and then eventually leaving off the land around 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. So you guys can see, like I said, the Outer Banks right here. You guys can see, you guys really want in no snow in this area. That's just due to because this water is still kind of warm, and right here you don't have enough cold air to push in for this, which is kind of rare for the Outer Banks to get snow. I'm even surprised to see this parts of Outer Banks maybe getting some type of snow. That is very surprising, but it's more common to get snow up here than in the middle of here. You're kind of this right here is kind of a little piece of Florida. It still gets cold, but it still stays warm because you think about it, there's water on both sides. You got the Pamlico Sound and you got the Atlantic, and then you got the Chesapeake Bay, pretty much affecting all this island strip right here. That's going to be pretty much when you have two sides of water, pretty much, or you're located on the water. Even for Virginia Beach, you guys don't have two sides of water. The water, depending which way the wind is pushing. If the wind's pushing like this, you're going to get some of that warm air from the south coming up from the south and pretty much causing it. Now, the problem is, the reason why we're going to see some snow is I'm actually going to take you to the GFS real fast, and I'll show you why we're seeing some snow for parts of Texas, um, parts of Virginia, and Outer Bay. So you guys can see, we have this big old trough that's stuck in the middle of the United States right now, pretty much, which will be moving up on. You guys can see this is a cold air that's dipping down from here. We're talking about some record lows for parts of the United States. We're talking about in parts of Minnesota, you guys will probably get down to negative 20 degrees because this trough is dipped so far. Now it did not dip down as far as it did last year, where we seen parts of Texas, which Texas one was more of a like that, pretty much, which caused a lot of cold air. But like I said, weeks to come, we're actually going to end up seeing this trough go back up and pretty much going to allow for some room for warm air to come into February. Which right here, if you round this line right here, is where you normally see right underneath this um right here. It's normally where you see pretty much where the warm air starts to kick back in February. It don't get too warm, but you're gonna start to see a lot of highs for like 45s, 50s, and then once you start to get into that April mode, it starts to warm up everywhere in the United States when spring comes around. So you guys can see this is going to be next week around February. Uh, this is February 4th, and you guys can see the trough has dipped up a lot, which is going to allow for some text to get that warm air again. And then eventually around February 11th, you guys see that that trough jumped right back up, and now all the cold air is back in Canada, which is going to allow for parts of the Virginia, Carolinas, Mississippi, all that is going to warm right back up till weeks come. I say another 2 weeks, and then you guys are going to be a-okay for warm air again. Not too warm. We're not talking about like 90, 60. I mean, you could see a few 60 degrees days in there for parts of the bottom parts of the west and south, and maybe some of the east coast right in here to see around 60 degrees. Hey, you might even see 70 degrees down here too. But like I said, it's going to warm up right now where we're spanning with this cold air right now. It's pretty much like I said, if that trough never got right here, this would never exist right here because you got cold air that's pretty much beating on the back of the storm right now, which is causing a snow. Now, say if the storm was like blowing winds were like this, you would see more of rain in the Virginia Beach, Tidewater, Hampton Roads area, along with parts of Outer Banks, and maybe in Greensville you might even see some, and then some snow would probably be pushed back into the Richmond. Now that's would have been a different case if the low was more like this right here. If the low was like right here. If the low was more towards, excuse me, northeast, I feel like, or the northwest, I feel like um this would have been a very effective. Like I said, 20, 30 miles dropped back matters. 20, 30 miles moved up matters because whatever happens, all this rain is going to move up. That's the thing. The rain's going to move up for parts of the coast, even the peninsulas over here. But if the thing drops down too far, then you can start to see parts of the peninsulas, pretty much parts of Virginia Beach, Tidewater, even Greensville, that are going to get this light snow like Richmond is going to get. And Richmond surprisingly is going to miss out the snowstorm. Like I said, Richmond is kind of in the middle with this because you got your mountains back part of Virginia, and pretty much they dissolve after they're done with the mountains, and then Richmond's left to 1 or 2 inches. Uh, but it's really common in the Tidewater, Virginia Beach area, Williamsburg, peninsulas. Uh, the last time I remember, when I was little, 9 years old, around there, 2009, there was a big snowstorm, about like 15. I don't even know how many snowstorms. I don't remember since I was so little. But the moral of the story is, like I said, we get a lot of snowstorms even for the coast of these Carolinas, Virginias, and that part, Richmond and all that. But kind of right here is kind of hard because this is smack in the middle. Because normally when you get most of the snowstorms for the coast of Virginia and Carolina, normally get it off a front backside of a cold front or the low pressure. But I think I'm gonna end this video today, guys. If you guys enjoyed